Tim Zahner, and I'm with the Sonoma Valley Visitors Bureau. And Norm, I don't know if you can see everybody. Should I just tell the next person to introduce themselves?
I see everybody.
Oh, you can.
Dan, why don't you start by the introductions?
Dan Parks, the Inn at Sonoma, and I'm spending a little time at home because I tested positive last week without any symptoms, but should be over it within a day or two and back to work. But I'm seeing you from my wife's office, so it's a little different background today.
Oh, and I think Norm hopped out. So Liddy, why don't you go ahead?
Sure. Liddy Parlato, MacArthur Place Hotel.
Chris. Oh, Chris, are you muted?
Uber with the Lodge at Sonoma.
Perfect. Garrett.
Garrett Toy, City Manager, Sonoma.
Okay. And David.
Hey, David Wells with JNS Next, and we help with the advertising and marketing for the Visitors Bureau.
Perfect. And I think Norm's about to hop back on. So let's see if it happens, and then Hunt can tell us who he is.
Yeah, Hunt Bailey, Sonoma Valley Escapes. Here we go.
Perfect. And while we wait, guys, I'm gonna just take the precaution of texting Norm oh, Norm, can you hear me?
I hear you.
Great, Norm. I'm gonna send you, just in case this happens, I'm gonna send you the phone number right now.
Okay.
So you can always just call in on that. You can also, are you on your phone right now or are you on a computer right now?
I'm on the computer.
Okay. So
And I'm just, the sound is a little weak, but other than that, I see everybody perfectly. And again, I apologize. I'm having this technical problem here this morning.
okay. Well, let me do this real quick.
Norm, can you?
Got done with Dan. We all wish you speedy recovery and good health, Dan, from your virus. And is it like the flu, Dan?
There are just literally no symptoms.
Really?
Very strange. So it makes it even harder to be cooped up. But I'm doing my duty and staying away from people, and I hope to be back soon.
Thank you. And we all wish you good health. You look terrific, Dan, by the way.
Thank you.
Liddy?
Yes, hello. I introduced myself. Would you like me to introduce myself again?
Okay. Hunt?
Hi, Norm. We all introduced ourselves, I think, while you were off. But my name's Hunt. I'm with Sonoma Valley Escapes.
Yeah, we do this for the recording also, Hunt.
I understand. We did it already, though.
Yeah. David?
Hi, Norm. I'm David Wells with JNS Next, the marketing and advertising agency for the Bureau.
We welcome you to our meeting. Chris?
Emma?
I didn't hear you, Chris. I'm sorry.
Chris.
We have Garrett?
Oh, Garrett Toy, Sonoma City Manager.
Happy New Year, Garrett. Did I miss anybody? I can't, on the view?
Nope, you got everybody, Norm.
Okay, we'll start the meeting here by welcoming our guests to the meeting. And do we have any public comment from our guests at this time? If not,
we don't
we're gonna go into the consent calendar. There is none. Dan, would you take the meeting over as treasurer and update us on our financial condition?
Financial condition is, I don't know how to say it other than we are above normal for the last half of last year. We should be, without knowing what's going to happen in the future, but being optimists, we should be real comfortable going into the next year. Yeah, I think November, December might be the best we've ever seen. And it's maybe for not good reasons for the rest of the world, but we were here to welcome some people that wanted to get away, and there wasn't any snow yet, and we did what we could to make them comfortable and happy and safe. So I think
Have we got, Dan, have we gotten in the TID reports from the city through November?
Yes.
Yeah, and Norm, I sent those
Could
out.
we distribute those to everybody, please? So we can get a comparison? And December's not in, obviously, it isn't due till the end of the month, but we'll get that. And we're current on our obligations to the Bureau and all other obligations at this time, Dan?
Yes, we have a couple payments that are due this month that are in process right now.
And approximately how much money do we have in the combined bank accounts?
I wish I could tell you. I haven't been in the office and I don't have a clear number, but it's we're healthy.
Okay. Would you just drop us a note when you go back to work and let us know how much we have in the bank at this time?
Okay.
Between now and the next board meeting?
All right. We can.
That would be good.
We can manage.
Does anybody have any questions regarding our financing from Dan? If not, Tim, we're going to go to you.
Great. Okay, how is everybody doing? I know we've already checked in, so good to see you all.
Excuse me, can we interrupt just a second? Norm, can you adjust your camera so we can see your face? We can only see the top of your head.
There we
You see me better? Okay.
A little better. If we can see your eyes. If you go a little tiny bit, we'll be able to see your face.
What do you want me to do?
Oh, perfect. Don't
Oh,
move.
that
Oh,
was,
we love it. That's
if
good.
it'll,
Okay.
okay, that's much, much better.
At least we can see
Thank
your
you.
eyebrows if you're shocked. So
Oh, I see it. You like my eyebrows. Okay.
All right. So everyone, just so everyone knows, this is when we're actually doing our major advertising push usually, because this is when visitation normally drops off. In a normal year, after the holidays, the people have reset their mindset. A lot of them are going skiing, or they just got their credit card bills from the holidays, so they're not always in an active travel mindset. I'm going to speak in a normal year, and I'm going to talk about what we're doing. In a normal year, that's when you're targeting the meetings and groups that are coming up to San Francisco and Sacramento. And that's also when you're trying to convince leisure getaways, usually from closer in, and sometimes people who are like from, the girl getaway trip, or people from Dallas or something like that. But it's nowhere near the volume of people that you're seeing, May through early November. This is not a normal year, right? Because two things happened. One, Tahoe got absolutely slammed with snow, which was really good for them, but actually bad in the short term, because at the end of December, we picked up a lot of people who couldn't get up to Tahoe because it was shut down for a week for travel. So we saw a lot of people who said, we were going to go to Tahoe. They diverted towards us, and Monterey probably picked people up, and I'm sure Palm Springs. And also, we just got the new health order yesterday, and I hate to go back and look at all the different videos we've done in the past year and a half of new health orders that seem to drop right before TID meetings and keep everything on our toes. But that being said, we have been doing some advertising, and we're in the middle of it. I brought David Wells here. You might remember David used to work with the Sonoma Valley Visitors Bureau. He used to have an office on the other side of the wall for me. He knows Sonoma well. I think you got married here, David. So you like Sonoma, yeah. And by the looks of your background, you're still here. So David's going to give us just a quick overview of what we're doing and what we're planning on. And I'll just let you take it away, David.
Awesome. Is it okay if I just share my screen? I just have a couple quick slides.
Co-host. Let me do that real quickly. So click on you. And click on. All right, go for it.
Great. So I have a couple just quick slides to show you kind of what we've been doing so far. So ads started in kind of late October with some native ads, which I'll get into in just a second, but really starting to push in November, December time period. We had some Google search ads running, people searching for things to do in Sonoma, wineries, restaurants, those sort of keywords. I'm going to go through a custom content piece with a company called Nativo that we're doing right now. We had a Travel Zoo CPC campaign that is still ongoing right now that launched in November. And then we have native ads leading to all the great blogs that the team at the Visitors Bureau is doing on their website. And then, coming up, pending a couple more weeks of this new health order, as Tim and I discussed, a couple upcoming campaigns that we are potentially going to be launching with some streaming radio, a co-op opportunity with Visit California with some banner ads and some video ads, some social media ads as well. We're working on the Sonoma County Tourism Map ad, a placement for that print piece, and also with Berkeley Side, the company out of the East Bay, and doing some email campaigns with them as well. So just real quick, just high level overview, Google paid search, over 74,000 impressions and getting almost 4,000 clicks to the website over those 2 months. Really hitting on the people that are actively searching for wineries in Sonoma. One of our top keywords was still events. So people were still looking to come to Sonoma for events and smaller scale things there. And then as always, things to do in Sonoma is always a top popular keyword. Nativo is a digital platform that allows us to tap into over 3,000 websites. And we hone in on the travel and news segment as it relates to food, wine, hotels, things to do with websites like USA Today, Photos Travel, Lonely Planet, Travel and Leisure. And what we do is we have a custom article. You can see kind of a screenshot. It's a long article that we wrote of, reintroducing people to Sonoma Valley, after they've been kind of cooped up in their homes. And this appears as content on all of those websites. And we're also geo-targeting our key markets. So staying in our zones of the San Francisco Bay Area, Sacramento, and then some in Southern California. But our articles have over 1 million impressions, which is amazing, leading to over 4,300 clicks. And people are spending 95 seconds reading the article on the content. So spending time reading about new wineries, new restaurants, new galleries, hotel upgrades, those sort of things. And all of these links back to sonomavalley.com. We've done this Travel Zoo campaign for probably 5 or 6 years in a row now, and it's always been very successful. These ads link directly to the deals and offers page on sonomavalley.com. And so I know that all of you probably have offers up on there. So we're driving traffic to those pages. Over 5,000 clicks over these first 2 months. And as I mentioned, this campaign will run through the end of February as well. And then these are just some examples of the native display ads, linking to all the different blog articles that Tim and the team are writing on a weekly basis. So we refresh these every month. And so any new blog article that comes out about, what's new for harvest or the Sonoma shopping guide, we are serving people ads linking to those blog articles on the website as well. That was a quick kind of overview of what we've been doing over the past 2 months, but if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
This is Norm. Would you do me a favor and email to each of the board members a copy of your presentation today?
Absolutely.
And with that said, are there any questions or comments?
David, could you sort of describe what's different this year as opposed to, we haven't had a regular year for a little while, but sort of the norm?
In terms of our advertising or just tourism marketing in general? Or both?
Well, both.
Yeah, I mean, my agency works with a lot of destinations, and we've seen a lot of success. And as you mentioned, November and December being really busy, we've seen a lot of the push to the leisure destinations that are not in big cities. So the more rural destinations that are within a short drive, especially here in California. We work with Palm Springs, and they're a short drive from LA, and it's more rural destination, not a whole lot of people. We've seen great success in Sonoma, in Palm Springs, those types of destinations, because people just want to get away from the cities. It's too crowded. They're still fearful of getting sick and doing all that. A lot of people are working remote and have the ability to work remote right now. So we're seeing a lot of that as well. And one thing we've been doing this year is a lot of that native content, serving people content that they're just reading on their own in their normal everyday online behaviors. So if they're on CNN.com on the travel section, they'll see the article about Sonoma Valley. And so it's them choosing the content that they want to read about, as opposed to just serving them like a banner ad, across a website, because a lot of people get banner ad fatigue and don't even notice them anymore. So the content that we're doing with the blog articles that Tim and team are running, as well as this Nativo content, has been really successful. And as always, the Travel Zoo CPC campaign leading people to your website for the deals and offers has been doing really well. So.
Thank you. Dan, anything else? Dan, did you?
That gives me an idea. I know things are different, but
Does anybody else have any question or comment on the report? David, we want to tell you, with your help, we're all doing much better this year than we have since the virus began. And with you and Tim and the Bureau's support, we hope to continue and even improve on what we're doing. And I wanted to personally thank you for your efforts. Are there any other comments before we go on? If not, Garrett?
City report? Let's see.
Would you like to give a report at this time, Garrett?
Sure, real quick. Council had a discussion related to Broadway restriping. If you watched it, didn't go quite as smoothly as it possibly should have. Portion of the council wants to reconsider the striping plan. I think probably the majority of them want to go back to a buffered bike lane, which would be curb parking bike lane, as opposed to protected bike lane, which is the bike lane right by the curb. So there's some things we just learned. So there may be another meeting, maybe as soon as tomorrow, maybe next Wednesday, to continue discussion. But for Caltrans, probably if not this week, then next week, they'll probably be doing the cat tracking, preliminary marking, starting on Highway 12 more to the west and north, and then slowly moving down to Broadway. So they'll be doing the striping. Broadway would probably be the last section they do, unless the council does change what they want to do. Then most likely Caltrans would just do the center lanes as for lane reduction, and then we would have to come back in and do the bike lane. The other thing is they had a joint meeting with the Community Services Environment Committee, and one of the things they talked about was more bike racks around the plaza and possibly allowing dogs on leash at the plaza, among other things, and some plaza improvements. But other than that, I think that's pretty much a report, unless you have any other specific questions on projects.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything they wanted to ask Garrett or discuss with Garrett?
Garrett, when do our stoplights start being smart again?
Well, according to Caltrans, once they stripe it, then they'll go back and turn back on the sensors or whatever.
Okay, so we have to wait for the striping to be done.
At least that's what they said. That's my understanding.
All right.
Anybody else with a question? If not, are there any other items that anybody would like to bring before the board this morning? If not, we'll go into the approval of the December minutes. I would ask for a motion to approve the minutes of December the 9th and a second so that we can discuss them. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second? Chris seconds. Are there any comments or questions on the minutes of the board meeting of December 9th? If not, I'm going to call for the question. All those in favor of approving the minutes signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The minutes are approved unanimously. Under future items, I think we are going to maintain the situation of doing the Zoom meetings until the virus is under control. Tim and I spoke about it yesterday, and the only other option would be an outdoor meeting. But I think at this point, unless somebody objects, we will continue to do Zoom meetings on the second Thursday of each month. And we look forward to your participation. And may this 2022 bring us back all the lost revenue plus revenue that we lost during the virus. And I wish everyone a healthy and a happy new year. Is there any other comments or questions before I call for the adjournment? If not, I'll call for a motion to adjourn. Can I have a first and a second? Nobody wants to leave. Yay. Okay, Hunt, you motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, Liddy, and